why do I act? And why do I have to, when am I going to go after I die? So those are $1 billion questions all the mystics have asked. So I started acting after that to some extent, and to my amazement, I became, or to my utter surprise, I became a sort of a method actor. The method actor acting, or this particular concept of acting is extremely helpful. It is extremely efficient. But I wanted to find something else. It became a burden on my shoulder that I have to be good, I have to be good, I have to be good. So in the process, I was in a city, town, whatever you call it, called Pondicherry, and I go and see one of my teachers. I'm not allowed to take his name. One of my teachers who lives there, and I have just done a film, and the film became very popular in Italy. It was an Italian film. I'm not going to go to the details of it. And I got a fantastic review from the Hollywood Reporter. So after that film got released, I went to Pondicherry, and I was sitting with my teacher overlooking the ocean, the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal. And my teacher asked me, now what? So I was like, what do you mean by that? You are a very brilliant actor. You're a very, very good actor. So I was thinking that he was pulling my leg, but he was very serious actually. So he asked me, I'm just bringing the thing a bit closer. He asked me, so you are a brilliant actor, now what? So I asked him, what do you mean by now what? So now you have already proved yourself. You are a very good actor, you got fantastic reviews, you did plays, you did theatre, and you got the best play in Edinburgh Film Festival. So, and the Scotsmen have raved your performance as one of the best Shakespearean acting they have ever seen and all that. So now what do you want to do? So I said, you are my teacher, tell me, what do you think? So he said, Adil, try not to be good. Try not to be brilliant. So I was like, what? Not to be brilliant? What do you mean by that? I would like to be brilliant. I'd like to be good. He said, yeah, that's normal. Try to be good, to prove yourself you're a good actor, but you have done it. So try not to be brilliant. Try to be true. So truth, trying to be true. So being true is the only way that you will ever not get bored by doing what you do. So it took me quite a while to sort of understand, like, what do you mean by that? He says, see, truth has no bottom or no limit, whichever way you look at it. It is a bottomless phenomena. It's a bottomless element of the existence. If you go to the depth of truth, there is no bottom. So you can always be truer and truer and truer and truer. So I understood the concept, intellectually, like, okay. Now I asked him, so what do you mean by truth? He says, truth means to be here and now and fathom and try to encompass, try to become aware, try to merge in the expanse of truth, the depth of truth, if you can be. So I was like, how do I do that? You are my teacher, tell me that. He says, Adil, I'm sure that one day you will find it. That was 2011 and 2009, I think. But 2012, I got a bit of time, and I wanted. Then, in the meantime, I have to tell you this, that I have a mentor. I am mentored, and I'm grateful for that. And my practices of my spirit. Spirit is that energy that I talked about in the beginning, that all these things that you see or maybe around me are made of energies, pure energies. And those energies, the work on those energies are the work that we do called the energy work, this work of the spirit, the work of the thing that you and I feel but we don't see. That the Adil that you see is the body. But if I die right now, I'll become the body of Adil. Then where does Adil go? Or gone or went? So that thing, I don't want to name it, but I can feel it, that I'm alive. Something keeps me alive. And whatever that thing, nobody has been able to tell you that yet, not even the greatest of the biological scientists or any scientist for that matter. So I take my cultural, my Indian great masters seriously about the way that they explain that. Anyways, so I said, okay, truth is, then he said, truth means the way that you feel that you are right now and the degree of your presence in the moment is what matters. So you can be here for 1 degree, 2 degrees, or I'm just giving you numbers so that one can understand. And it can be billion degrees. I'm right now here. I'm talking to you right now, and am I thinking of something else? Am I scared? Am I relaxed? Am I being worried about, oh, is it the story is going all right? Are you guys listening to me or not? I have no idea. The only thing I know, I have to tell the story and I'm trying to be here and now. It's a very difficult job. I think it's the most difficult thing, way more difficult than flying a spaceship, according to my experience. Of course, I haven't flown a spaceship, but it's the most difficult thing. So then he said, try to be here and now as much as you can, and you will find out that what I'm saying. So you don't try to be good, don't try to be brilliant, try to be here and now. Cut to 2012. So my mentor, who looks after, who is mentoring, my guide, my everything, I wanted him, I'm not taking names, I wanted him to meet my teacher, my acting teacher who lives in Pondicherry, and my guide of my life who lives in Delhi. But they haven't met. They have heard about each other, but they haven't met. So I proposed my mentor that let's go to Pondicherry and let's do a play. So we decided upon a play called Karmnishtha, which is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. And I took 15 days off from my film schedule and I wanted to just work hard because my acting teacher who lives in Pondicherry is going to watch the play. So I need to be good. I forgot what he said completely. Don't try to be good, try to be true. I forgot about it. So I told my mentor that let's rehearse, and he invited me to rehearse every day for 2 hours. So I go to my mentor's place, we call the center, and my mentor says, okay, Adil, let's sit down and let's do the energy work. So we do the energy work for 1.5 hours and half an hour of rehearsal. I thought this was first day, so maybe next day it will be different. So and the next day I go and the same thing happened day after day till the day we had to leave for Pondicherry. So I was totally nervous. I freaked out. I was so worried that my reputation as an actor will be completely gone because we haven't rehearsed the play. We just rehearse a little bit and we just say the lines. We don't know where to stand. It's a 2-actor play, him as Krishna and I as Arjuna. So my mentor plays Krishna and I play Arjuna. And I was completely, I was shaken. And my mentor asked me, are you worried, Adil? I said, I'm very worried, extremely worried. So do something about it. So he said, don't worry, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. So he gave me his, assurance, and I thought, okay, I raised my hands. Sorry, you can't see, I surrendered. And we boarded a plane and we went to Pondicherry on the day of the performance. I thought today, it's a small space. We are only like 70 people or 80 people can sit. And most of the people that I know, and maybe some of them I don't know, and especially my acting teacher would be sitting there. So I was very worried. So 6 o'clock in the evening was the performance. And I went to the space at 2 o'clock. I warmed up with my body, with my voice, with everything. But yet my worry was that, oh my God, I have no idea how to do this play because we haven't really rehearsed. I know the dialogues, I know the lines, I know his lines to some extent and everything I know, but I was not sure where to stand, what to do, the emotional graph and all that an actor prepares. Like I was a fanatic, method actor. I have to know everything in details. Prepared. I'm not taking away the quality. Preparation is that not good. It's not true. But I'm saying that was my only thing. Anyways, so 2 o'clock I started warming up. 4 o'clock my mentor comes and looks at me and I look at him with absolute helplessness and I say, can we fix the places where we would stand and how I start the play. My Arjun, as Arjun, I asked the first question. The first question is that, anyway, I'll come to that later. So he comes and he says, Adil, we'll meditate, but today we'll not sit and meditate or do the energy work. We will stand and move and I will guide you. So by then I gave up. I completely gave up. I realized that today I have to jump from the cliff. So after jumping from the cliff, I might fall and die or bleed, or I might fly. These are the two options I have. Anyways, so 4 o'clock we started doing the energy work. We were moving. I'm not going to the details of the exercise. And then by the time it's 6 o'clock, the second bell has already gone. The audience started coming in. I'm already on the stage dressed up and he's on the stage. It's two actors play. And I stand and I see the audience coming in. So before I go there, I have to tell you two, three things. One is that two things we fixed. One is the audience is Kaurav and we are Pandava. And if I do not understand an answer that Arjun asks and Krishna replies, if I do not understand that answer, I am allowed to ask the question again. Tell me, Krishna, will I not be responsible for the actions of mine? If I kill someone, will I not be responsible for that action? So suppose this was the first line. So that is fixed, that I can ask the question again and again. And he also said that I might also have to play Krishna. He might ask the questions. I might have to reply as Krishna. So these were the three things, that the audience is Kaurav. I can ask any question at any time and he can also ask question as Krishna, as Arjuna, and I have to reply as Krishna. These are the three things. So anyways, I stand there, 6 o'clock, the bell rings, audience started pouring in. And the third or fourth person was my teacher. And as soon as I looked at my teacher, this thought crossed my mind that, oh my God, he is Dronacharya. And the person who is acting with me, who is the writer, director of this play, my mentor, he is Krishna. And I have to kill him, my Dronacharya, in this play, in this war. And before the war, as you know, that this entire conversation in the Gita is about Why should I kill anybody? As soon as I saw my teacher, Dronacharya, I started shivering. I was getting goosebumps, as I'm getting right now. And my eyes were in tears. My tears started flowing. I started shivering. And I started looking at each and every member of audience, and these images were coming in that he's my elder brother, he's my grandfather, elderly people. And I could not speak for almost 5 to 10 minutes after third bell was on. And I started shivering. I looked at Krishna, I looked at them, I started walking. I don't know what happened to me, something took over. And after 5 to 10 minutes later, exactly, I don't even remember my timing, I asked the first question and the second and the third, and it went on and on and on, and something took over. And there is a scene where Krishna takes Arjuna for the Vishwa Brahman Darshan. And I became a child, a dancer. I roared like a lion, I crawled like a lizard, I danced, I cried like a baby, and all that happened. And I had no idea how it was happening. The play ended. I calmed down. I was in tears. I was extremely fatigued, but my spirit was extremely high. Then after the play, I went to the cafe. Upstairs there was a cafe. It was a friend of mine. And I saw my teacher, my Dronacharya, was sitting there with not a pensive mood, but very, very calmly. And he knew that I'm going to go and ask him how was the play. I mean, as a student would ask a teacher. So I went and I asked him that, Dada, what do you think of the play? He looked at me and he said, before I answer this question, can you tell me, did you think I was Dronacharya? And that gave me shivers. And I said, yes, I thought. This thought crossed my mind, and that was the trigger for the whole emotional upsurge in my being for the entire play. So then he looked at me and he said, you see, something important has happened to you and for us today. I told you that do not try to be good, do not try to be brilliant, just try to be true. And today you wanted, or you gave up all your plannings and all your acting skills, whatever you know about acting, you gave up and you just tried to be here and now. That's what I meant by a bottomless truth. You can never dive deep enough into the truth of the moment. And I understood a little bit, but I experienced it. So my experience was way more important than what I understood. I'm telling you the story. I don't understand how it happened. But I know that if I prepare this vessel, I know if I keep my vessel empty, or at least a little bit empty, then I don't have to play the role. The role flows through me, or will flow through the empty vessel, and it will be played. And from that day, the burden of acting good or acting well or brilliantly has left my shoulder, and I have become a joyous actor. And immediately after that, I did a film, unfortunately, which has just been taken off Netflix. It was there till few days or few weeks ago, called Sunrise, and that was the film I did after that, without preparing. But preparation does not, preparing in a sense that, of course, the most difficult thing to prepare is not to prepare, because your mind, your thinking process, it works like mad. If it goes for overdrive, you start thinking, oh, this is the brilliant idea, these are the brilliant things I have to do, all these things that we keep thinking. I'm not saying that you should not prepare, but I'm saying that you prepare but let it go. It is a very difficult one. I'm not asking young actors to give up on method acting. This is a very efficient process, and I'm sure that it will help you. But to be able to also keep a certain space free and not to try to execute a plan. So don't misunderstand me, I'm asking you to give up your ways. This was my way, and I found it in my own process through all this work that I have done, or I had been done to or done for by my great teachers.